You definitely managed to draw the vagrant's attention, but they do not appear to be in a hurry to share any useful information with you. Grab the nearest... No, try to figure out who's in charge of this unruly lot. It isn't difficult to figure out who's in charge of this rabble. He treats the others with stern arrogance and keeps his eyes on you. The others cast wary glances at him as if waiting for orders. The beggar leader ignores their looks and fiddles with his expensive rings, likely stolen on his finger. Oh, maybe we found the king of the beggars already. The leader of the beggars realizes you've figured him out, but he continues to examine you with an indifferent look. His tightly pressed lips indicate he will not simply give you the information you seek. Politely, intimidation, diplomacy, trickery. Politely bow before the leader of the beggars. Would you be so kind as to tell me where I can find Cypriot, esteemed leader of these poor lost souls? A light smile touches the beggar's lips as he condescends to answer. We are filth on the streets of Alushinira, and you trample us on under your feet. And yet you are polite to me. This is wise, because we all turn into filth sooner or later. This is why I will deal kindly with you. The beggar leader picks at his ear with his knobby, dirty-nailed finger, then says, "A filthy pile of garbage, once named Cypriot, begs at the entrance to the Battle Bliss, the gladiator arena. That's where you'll find him." Oh, near the Battle Bliss arena. Alrighty. So we need to get up. So we should get back. Where's the stair? Wait, wasn't here a stair where we could get up? What? We just go into the tavern? Oh, there it is. That looks okay. So of course we still have to get a succubus for our gladiator. The upper city. Citizen, slave, where is he? Commoner? Beggar? Vagrant is repulsive even by the standards of the Abyss. His lumpy, scarred face makes you think he was put through a meat grinder, then shaped back into semblance of his former body and left to live out his life. His tall and once impressive figure has been shattered. His arms are covered in protruding lumps of unset bones that were never left to heal properly. The beggar is clad in many layers of dirty, smelly rags, under which hundreds of keys are sewn, from tiny toy boxes keys to a giant cast iron key that bows the demon's neck almost to the ground. So, you're looking for Cypriot. He's long dead, but it doesn't seem to be stopping you. Well, so what do you want with the dead man? Cypriot, the master of lies and trickery. I remember fighting him. What do you know about Nahindrian crystals? There's a tale told in Alushinira, a tale about crystals that grant immense power, but what exactly are they and from where do they draw this power? No one seems to know. I've seen something like it only once before. I found the first crystal on the Isle of Vesklar, and it seemed useless to me. It contained a great deal of power, but it was of no use whatsoever. I meant to give it to my patron, as he would have found a way to use it, but I never had the chance. Some feeble mortal mage managed to steal the crystal from me. He locked himself in a tower. Oh, the storyteller, the heck? Examined the crystal, studied it, and managed to find some use for it. But he was under Nocticula's protection, so I never tried to hunt him down. The demon grins unpleasantly. I bet you're thinking I'm just going to tell you the name you seek, and then you can rush off to have a chat with that mage. We know where he is, not a chance. The mage wasn't a demon, he was a mortal who served Nocticula's arcane needs back in the day. Kicked the bucket long ago. All that's left of him is the tower in the upper city, locked and protected by magic. Many have tried to get inside in the hopes of stealing something of value, but their remains rotted long ago. No use talking about them now. But you're curious now. You'd like to have a poke around in that tower, wouldn't you? Perhaps you could find something of use in there, yes? Saforian gives a mocking grin, then sighs, takes a single key from his rags, handing it to you with a sweeping gesture. Take it while I'm still feeling generous. This will open the way into the tower. When I ruled Eloshinira, I made sure I had a key for every hideout and tucked away nook in the city. You never know when they might come in handy. Here, take this and get lost. No one will throw me a coin with you hanging about. Take a closer look at this surprisingly selfless demon. Something spiteful and vicious lurks in the depth of this beggar's eyes. He looks like a predator waiting in ambush, or rather a scavenger waiting impatiently for his prey's agony to finally end, so he can enjoy his meal. Whatever his motives, this demon obviously does not wish you well, and is already counting down the minutes to your imminent demise. I guess the tower is protected by traps, and he counts on us dying. I remember. I've heard of this place. It's a tower, supposedly filled with treasures, left there after the death of an ancient mage, but no one could prove there is any truth to these rumors, because no one of the daring adventurers who managed to get in ever returned. The place is a death trap. Saforian is probably just toying with us. He's pretending to be helpful only to send us to certain death. Your words are those of a criminal who is acting against his very nature. But you don't look guilty, and this means there's a trap waiting for me in that tower. The demon's ugly maw breaks into a malicious grin. You'll probably die there. Or maybe you won't, and you'll find out what Shamira wants. It was Shamira who sent you, right? She was the one who turned me into Nocticular back in the day, and now she wants to topple her mistress and take her place, just as I once tried to. That's why she wants those crappy crystals so much. So be it, I say. Whoever loses this fight, I'll be the winner and I'll savor the outcome. You, Shamira, Nocticular, may you all drop dead, tear out each other's throats and strangle each other with your own intestines. You're all scum, and I'll piss on your corpses as they float by in an ocean of your blood. Share your knowledge with me. I know a lot about Eloshinira and about its current ruler too. Trust me, staying in power in this city wasn't easy. What do you want to know? What did you do to fall so low? I was overly hasty. I had power back then and it grew with every passing day. Lamash tu spelt. I was just a step away from becoming more powerful than Nocticular and toppling her from her throne, and why not? After all, that's exactly how she got where she is now, after she took down that toothy old freak, Vidia Vexus. I was about to start my coup. I'd even found a powerful patron, Sokoth Benno, Nocticular's brother, who held a serious grudge against her. But before I had time to start, that sly mortal mage stole an important thing from me. A thing that could have shifted the balance of power, and then that red-headed little bitch learned about my plans. She turned me into Nocticular, and she struck before I could. I fell, and red-headed harlot took my place. Ah, Shamira, I should have strangled you the moment you appeared in the abyss. You were stripped of everything you once were. That's terrible. I understand, I really do. But why did you decide to become like this? When someone takes away your past, you're free of it. Why didn't you want to become someone new? It's as if you were broken, then badly glued back together. Do you really like living here? Saforian cackles hoarsely. Do you really think I had a choice? Do you think I wanted any of this? Everyone has a choice. You can leave this alley at any time, go to a place no one knows you, and become whoever you want. But for some reason, you keep sitting here. Watch your words, or this nasty old demon might just follow your advice. If he does, he'll be taking you with him as a snack. You'll be preaching to him about turning over a new leaf until the moment he and the other vagrants gobble you up. What do you think of Eloshinira today? It's the same pile of crap it was when I was in charge. Here in the Abyss, everything changes constantly, but nothing really changes at all. I could tell you how much better the city was when I ran things, but it would be a lie. Back in my day, it was no different. Just as I did, Shamira rules this crazy lot with an iron fist, subduing them through terror and violence. It doesn't take a genius to do that. You just need to be absolutely ruthless and have enough power to be able to drown out any insolent scum in his own blood. Actually, it can be done by any brainless Descarite who can crush mountains, but can't count how many corpses I impaled on his spiky claw. Got any advice on how to survive in this place? The demon responds with fervor, the words positively bursting out of him. Do not trust anyone, and once you ascend high enough, be especially suspicious of the unexpected gifts that will start suddenly being showered upon you. No one here does anything without a reason. With a bitter chuckle, the incubus makes an obvious effort to stem this outpouring of hard-won knowledge. Well, I'm leaving. With a malicious grin, the incubus croaks hoarsely as you leave. Enjoy your walk around Alushinira. Okay, so now let's get back atop. We're going to get the slave lady for this guy. In there we don't really have a way up top. A harem of ardent dreams, but we... Mercy, okay. Wait, Mercy? Isn't that the quest for our serial killer companion? I don't really care about that right now. We're going to the upper city. Okay, we need to get to our guy. Right, the murderer. Maniacal dude. Looking even paler than before, Ludwell greets you in a trembling voice. Did you stop her? Is Red Mask still a threat to us? I know everything about you and your highly unusual tastes. It is not my fault I did not want this weakness, but it gnaws at me from the inside. I know what I'm doing is wrong, but there's nothing I can do to stop myself. But I swear I was kind to those girls the rest of the time. It was I who saved them. Such ostentatious virtue is suspicious, especially in a setting as incongruous as the Abyss. That was my first thought. Let this be a lesson to us all. Anyone can turn out to be a traitor. There is a wound festering in your soul. It hurts, but you cannot share this pain with anyone, or your friends would turn away. Which is why you set out to make friends yourself. Them. Amber points at the Asima women. But this isn't true friendship. You are still lonely and still hurting. I feel very sorry for you. The wound in his soul, as you put it, is beyond healing. This case calls for total excision, and if you must pity someone, pity his victims. I feel sorry for them. I feel sorry for everyone. The time has come. You will answer for your crimes. A show of impeccable timing, Red Mask drops from the rafters, looking like the remorseless spirit of vengeance incarnate. She lands in front of the ashen-faced Latwork and in a harsh, dimming voice proclaims, "The hour of retribution is at hand, scum. You will pay for each and every one of your crimes." May evil never go unpunished.
I do what I must!
Whatever.
Interesting.
My little birds, protect me from this vermin. They've come to enslave you once again. Wait, what?
I won't let you hurt
Wait,
my
no, I don't want to
friends.
kill them. What the fuck? No. Whoa, not that. This is a torture chamber. No, I don't want to fight them. Only kill Edward. Maybe the others will then stop. Only kill him.
Surrender.
Only kill him. Very good. Perfect. The Asima screams, desperately smearing tears and blood across his aristocratic face. I'm begging you, spare me. This disgusting trait, this addiction, it makes me hate myself. I was weak, but I swear I will no longer allow my weakness to harm anyone else. Bring me to justice if you wish, but spare me from your vengeance. Alushale gasped with bitterness and indignation. The blood of heaven runs in your veins, while others break themselves striving to be better, nobler, brighter. You, all the things were given to you by fate. You were born blessed, and this is how you squandered that blessing. This is worse than mere folly. This is blasphemy. How dare you? What? Right, I unlocked all mythic path. Trickster path. Play a magnificent trick on Latwork, which he deserves in full measure. You tortured these girls by taking advantage of their weakness. You will soon discover what it feels like to be a woman in the hands of brutes, utterly helpless and entirely at their mercy. Wait, does it mean we would turn him into a woman? No, not to the Asiamar woman. He's yours. Deal with him as you see fit. Latwork casts a frightened glance at the captives, eyeing him with a predatory intent. What? They are my little birds. I love them. I've been taking care of them. They would never harm me. Teeth bad, with wild, almost bestial fury, the Aasimar women rush toward Latwerk. They have no weapons. They tear into him with teeth and nails until the madman's agonized screeches give way to choked, gurgling whimpers. Without further ado, the Avenger bends over Latwerk. When she stands again, she's holding the bloody strip of skin that used to be the Aasimar's face. The woman takes off her mask and smiles with satisfaction. He took away my beauty. Now I've taken his. Red Mask stretches Latwerk's face over her own. Fixing it in place with a handful of barbed hooks, she drives into her own flesh. What the Rivulets of blood run down the woman's neck, giving her a grotesque and terrifying appearance. You will take care of these young women, and I will take my leave. This corrupt city is full of scum whose wrongdoings remain unpunished. I will bring retribution to each and every one of them. Red Mask's laughter echoes eerily through the cellar's vaults, full of excitement and a lust for blood that can only be sated by more brutal killing. You did a noble thing when you did not abandon the weak in their hour of need. You have my deepest respect. Go to my camp. The young Aasimar women exchange glances and nod gracefully to you. Huddled together in a tight group, they set out in search of the promised shelter. They carry themselves with an air of grim determination to look after one another and find a way out of this terrible place. Okay. Ukri. Of course, the nasty blade. Temple of Roses by Elestine of Sinaria. Roaring flames are devouring the Temple of Roses. The petals of the flowers darken, curl up and finally turn to ash. The moment of utter pain and ugliness that comes before final serene eternity. Burning idols seem to grimace, cry, laugh, and turn their fiery gazes upon me. The heat grows unbearable, but I dare not turn my eyes away from the sacred fire, admiring its every precious moment while my eyes still serve me. Laymen will call me a vandal. They'll say that I destroyed a priceless piece of art because I hated everything beautiful. But do not believe this. I loved the temple more than my life, and I lit it with the fires that burn in my heart. For can there be a higher devotion than melting together with the object of your admiration into the shining splendor of oblivion?
I'm gone.
Whatever.
Definitely need a coin to reach the upper portions of this area more easily. I'm not sure where I'm supposed to get them.
I do what I must. There's something here. I'm gone.
Okay, let's go left first and enter the palace that is there. When in doubt, save. PS, every game. Except in the games that are, well, bad console ports that don't even have a decent save system, but as we should just ignore. Portal down. Portal to where? Down where? Oh, here, okay.
We do
Great.
it my way.
Whatever.
Palace of incest and degeneracy. Wow, that sounds like a very nice place. Okay. Sinner.
Careful now. I'm always ready. A trivial task.
The succubee gives you a sharp smile. She scoops up another handful of gold and carefully tucks it away in her pockets. What do you want? I hope this sleazebag wasn't a friend of yours. Think carefully before you answer. Succubus nods toward the mauled corpse. Arushale looks around the house and shakes her head. A night with a succubus, and it ends in death, a typical love story in the abyss. I'm sure you participated in more than one such story. Why don't you tell us how many lovers you've robbed and killed? The demon turns pale and stares at the gnome defiantly. Lots of them. Is that what you wanted to hear? Yes, lots of them. Seduced, killed, robbed, swayed to betrayal, averted from faith. Mortals and demons, men and women. There, I've confessed. What more do you want from me? Why would you ask me such a horrible question? Because I want everyone to remember who you are and what you did. Who are you and what are you doing here? The succubus glances at her companions and gives you a sly smile. We are the delightful and deadly succubi of the 10,000 delights. I'm sure you've heard of us. And this was one of our clients. This horny pervert who was enthusiastic and bad, but stingy with his purse. So stingy, in fact, the girls and I decided it would just be easier to kill him and take his money. The succubus pouts slightly, throwing a resentful glance at the demon's remains. Did you kill your own client? That is disgraceful. How did you hear that, girls? This mortal has moral. Well, I've got news for you, sweetie. This is the abyss. Nobody cares. So what if someone trusts you? Slit their throat. Stab them in the back. It's only disgraceful if you wait too long and they do it to you first. I'd like to hire you, and I want you to entertain the champion of the arena. Succubus looks intrigued. She exchanges a glance with her friends, and there's a mischievous light in her eyes. You've just seen the dead body of our former client, and you still want to hire us? You must really like to take risks. Or maybe you just really hate this champion of yours. Either way, we'll take the job, as long as you pay. 40,000 gold, and we're all yours, handsome. I already paid your mistress for your services. Succubus shrugs and responds in a petulant voice. But you haven't paid us. If you made a deal with the mistress, then you should take it up with her if you want something done. Don't come running to us. Stop trying to take advantage of me. It will not end well for you. Succubus chuckles, but eyes you warily. You're not one to be trifled with, are you? We love such stern clients. Fine. We'll make sure the mistress pays us what we are owed, but we'll deal with that later. Right now, it's time for us to get to work. See you at the Battle Bliss. Let's find out if this champion is as good as they say. Perfect. Now we can advance in that storyline. Oh, that's it? It's just one room. Okay. Is there anything else here? Portal up, portal down. Alright. Oh, we're too high. I mean, what the... Okay... I mean, I just noticed... there's this special thing that we can do. But... we need to get to the lower plane first. Find the place where we can put this rune. Where was that place? Let's get up again. Bandit Mansion, we were there already. We need to get up here. I mean, at least I believe that we can now use that place. Maybe we need 3 runes? I don't know. Would be a bit problematic since I only have 1 rune. First, we're going... Interesting. I definitely like this area. We're going into the Rupture of Rupture. You are surrounded by the sound of a melodious voice that seems to be coming from the stone pillars all around. You, greetings, esteemed guest. Are you here to seek the hospitality of the illustrious Lady Valexiar, or are you here on other business? The entrance to this manor greets you politely. It is far more gracious than the impudent, foul-mouthed doorway of the 10,000 delights. What are you? I am both the gate and the gatekeeper. My responsibilities include greeting guests, ascertaining the purpose of their visit, and deciding whether to allow them entry to the manor. Whose manor is this? The manor is called the Rupture of Rupture, and it belongs to the incomparable Lady Valexiar. She is the Steining Shar of Alushanira and its most glorious resident, after the magnificent Lady Nocticula, of course. Who created you? Lady Valexiar enchanted me herself and personally entrusted me with my responsibilities. She possesses a wide range of impressive talents. I am just a humble testament to her skill, and cannot compare to the true masterpieces she creates with her abilities. Can I come in? If you seek the patronage of the illustrious Lady Valexiar, I will not stand in your way. If you are here by invitation, esteemed guest, or have brought a gift for the lady, you will also be allowed entrance to the Rupture of Rupture. So, anyone can just walk in? Lady Valexiar has nothing to fear. Those who are foolish enough to try to harm her in her own house are quick to realize their mistake. Well, officially I seek Lady Valexia's patronage and would like to enter. Unofficially, I'm going to rob her. Welcome to the Rupture of Rupture. Rapture of Rupture. Oh, I read that wrong. Esteemed sir, Lady Valexiar will be notified of your arrival right away. The demon that comes to greet you has blonde hair and is wearing a modest but elegant dress. She seems surprisingly friendly. Her soft voice and impeccable manners seem out of place in a city where extreme passion and boundless indulgence prevail over temperance and moderation. A new guest has arrived. How exciting! A mortal from Golarion, if my eyes do not deceive me. What brings you to my manor? This is all very intriguing. Valexiar, we have clashed in battles many times. Her claws were always stained with the blood of those she killed on the battlefield. Now she looks different, but I am certain that her true nature remains unchanged. She is still violent and dangerous. You must be on your guard, champion. Valexiar greets Arushale with a cordial nod. Sweetheart, you should have told me you were coming. I would have organized a reception to celebrate your return. I must confess, I rather missed having you around, but all is forgiven. I hope that I can count you among my regular guests once more. Arushale forces a smile. Thank you for your hospitality, Valexiar, but I doubt that you'll find me very interesting. Things have changed since my last visit. I am a different person now. Arushale leans toward you and whispers, I have to warn you, Valexiar is much more dangerous than she looks. She knows how to be amicable, but it's only a pretense. Her friendly demeanor is as fake as everything else in the city. If you look behind the mask, you will see someone who's old, cruel, and utterly insane. Someone who adores random acts of senseless violence. Trust me, I used to know her in my past life. Everyone talks a lot about you here in Alushinira. Who are you? Well, that's a story for next episode.